What it do, baby? What it do, babies? I hope you all are good and fine. I'm good, just a bit tired. Hoping that I don't look tired. I really tried to not look tired right now. But it is what it is. It does what it do. That's the reason why it is what it is. And that's on prayer and that's on life, mama. Guys, I forgot that I tried to put on mascara. Guys, I really tried to look cute because I'm so tired. But it's fine, we move. Thank you guys for tuning in again. By the way, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, Vafetsu. Like, just really. I'm sorry, please give me a moment. So yeah, today it's all things Aviary, my first baby. My first baby, first solo project in varsity. Did I say solo? You never trust yourself these days in English. My first baby, my first solo project in varsity. And obviously when you look back now, you're just like, there's a lot of things that I could have done right, but at that time I was so proud of myself and so proud of it because I spoke my story. I told my story through that, and I'm very honored to have done that because sometimes when you're trying to pitch your ideas, but I was so fortunate enough to have a tutor that let me just be me. As soon as I told him that, dude, this is about me, this is what I'm currently going through, he was just like, cool, let's go with it. So I'm so proud of myself for having done that. And yeah, Aviary means birdcage. I'll just try and put the meaning somewhere around here. But a classmate of mine, Usne, gave me that name. I was done editing and I'm just like, guys, can I just have a cool name for cage or trapped? She was just like, Aviary, go check Aviary. And I did go check the Aviary and what it means, and I liked it, and it just sounds nice and it looked cute. So, her. Just to briefly explain what the whole thing is about, the whole montage is about. It's about a journey to self-discovery, and that's where I was at that time. I had gotten to a point where I was just like, child, whomst are you? Oh, whomst are you? Whomst are you? Like, have you ever been in a room with yourself and you're just like, what the hell? You don't recognize yourself. Because if you know me, my brand is making sure that everyone around me is pleased. And Jay, I like to make sure that I fulfilled what everyone else wanted from me and their expectations of me. I wanted to make sure with everyone who thinks I'm perfect in their eyes. I'm Jane, golden child and whatnot. Even with just religion, you know. I believe Christianity is not religion, but it's a relationship. And I found that out while I was on a journey to find myself. And certain scenes you see, crazy, beautiful. Can we just have a silent moment the silence of moment for Kwezi, guys. She's brilliant. Kwezi, by the way, is a girl, beautiful lady that stars in my montage. She did a great job. I'm so grateful, Kwezi. If you're gonna see this, like, I don't know what to psych. There's certain scenes where she's in a cage, and I don't think my Bibles were visible. Like, there were Bibles hanging all around the cage. And that for me was also symbolic of how I was feeling so trapped in religion. Like, fine, I appreciate there's certain values and morals that we get from religion as a whole that have made me who I am today. Because in but I just felt like I was so entrapped in that I was losing sight of the whole thing, and I was so thirsty for a relationship with God, and that's what was going on at that time. So yeah, that's basically the whole thing, and it was getting too much because it just felt like every day I was putting on a mask. Yeah, and it's good that, like, not that it's good, but I get that, like, every person you have an encounter with sort of knows, like, people know different versions of you. But it's one thing when you're all by yourself and you can't resonate with any version of that person that you portrayed, or when I'm more weird, you're so conflicted, like, babes, like, you don't feel fulfilled when I'm by yourself. So that's when I saw what's it, no, mama, mommy, sweetie, baby, like, you have a problem. So that's when I was just like, nah, G, let's start pursuing a real relationship with Christ and just finding a sense of identity. It's so crazy that you can be a child of God and walk in all his goodness and greatness, but still not have a sense of identity. And that was the craziest thing for me to know about myself. I was walking in the fullest goodness of God, but I just didn't have a sense of identity in him. And the word of God says, in him we live, move, and have our being. But I was in him, but I just didn't. Fine, I was moving. That part I can say I was moving, but I didn't truly know who I was. And not because I didn't know, honestly, but because I didn't believe everything that he says I am and everything that he had spoken over my life. Uthi and he knows us. And he gave you a name in that instance. And for me, it was so crazy to realize that. I was just like, what you talking about, God? What you talking about? I was all defensive. I'm like, what you talking about, man? Like, when God was revealing all of that to me, I was so confused. Like, wow, it's so crazy. You can be saved in your teens. But I was 19. I was 20. Somewhere got my 20s. But that's only when I realized, child, you don't know yourself, So it was very interesting for me to learn that, and I started now trying to seek God for who he is. Uti, if you seek me, you will find me, Afeto. And that's the most beautiful thing about my God, the one that I serve. Uti, if you seek him, you will definitely find him. Uti doesn't keep anything away from us. He doesn't keep himself away from us. He's always there in our reach. We just have to reach out. And that's all I did, bruh. Like, to be quite honest, that's all I did. But at that time, it still felt like a bit messy. I was overwhelmed by all this knowledge of just fully realizing Uti, like, being pila, but I just didn't really know or believe rather who I was in him. I just want to also touch on how you see constant running throughout the whole thing. You see constant running throughout the whole thing. It's because that happens when you're trying to find yourself. You keep searching. Running for me was symbolic of me, like, searching. You search everywhere. You search in friendships, in relationship, in gens. You search in anything that you can use to find yourself, but you really don't. Because for me, I found I was searching in all the wrong places. Whereas the word of God was just there for me, saying, bruh, if you leave me in your room, dog, just open me and read me and indulge, feast on the word, and you'll start to like find that peace, that sense of like, oh, this is what he says I am. The love, the peace. The Bible will hug you, dog. But I see collab. So my montage kind of has an open ending because I found that at that time I literally was coming to a dead end. I wasn't still content and saying I found myself. Till today, you can say, okay, I know who I am, but I feel like we can all agree, Tini, discovering yourself is an everyday life thing. You're constantly learning things about yourself. You change. You like certain things today, tomorrow you're over it, and that's all part of finding yourself and knowing yourself. So in conclusion, that's pretty much what my baby was about. Well, that's where I was at that time. And just a little something for me, a little salsa, a little salsa, a little salsa. My camera stopped recording. So in conclusion, I want to say, Wuti, any idea that a person has of you and about you is not your responsibility to prove wrong or to maintain or sustain. So in terms of proving wrong, if a person makes up an idea of you, Noma, thinks you're mean and you're a horrible person, it's not your responsibility to try and prove them wrong. Uguti, I'm a good person and whatnot. People who love you and people who are around you, that care about you and actually know you, most importantly God, they know when you're a good person. So uzokhathala trying to prove those people wrong. So they don't even care, bruv. Like, they don't care. And in terms of maintaining and sustaining people's ideas of you, like, if people see you as this golden child, you're perfect, there's nothing wrong. It's not your responsibility to try and live up to that. Well, it's a good thing to try and be a good person, but like, if a person wants you to be perfect, but nobody's perfect, dog. So you can't try and maintain that perfection and all those expectations. You can't try and maintain them and sustain them because they're gonna wear you out. And it actually breaks my heart because I was so horrible to myself for doing that and trying to live up to all these expectations of me, which is very sad. But you know what? We move. And yeah, but first, don't forget, Wuti, at the end of the day, you're only performing for the audience of one, and that is God. I'm not saying screw everyone else, screw parents, screw your leaders at church, screw your friends, screw everyone else around you, but I'm just saying, as a person now, easy know that, like, you have to do your zone in terms of, like, you're only performing for the audience of one, and whether people around you clap or they don't clap, so long as God is clapping for you, that's all we need. So yeah, guys, I'm just gonna close it there. It was a pretty long video, but I'm pretty sure someone will at least benefit from it. And I'd love to know if you guys really connected with the montage, and if you did, how did you connect with it in a different way or almost similar to my experience? And let's just have a conversation about that. Oguti, are you connecting? Did you connect with it? Did it feel familiar to you and whatnot? Please do make sure to subscribe and you like, and do tune in next time. I love you.